Sup, people? Welcome to the inaugural episode of the IGPodcast. Round of applause, people. Yeah, I need a soundboard. We need a soundboard. Can you get on that, Icy?
Yes.
Soundboard. Yeah. And
Yay.
sick, dude.
Huh?
Sick. Sick.
Yeah.
And a huge welcome to my temporary unpaid intern, IcyCaress.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, dude.
Welcome
to the podcast.
I am a temporary unpaid intern. I have been promised a job in future, and I have very much reservations of that's going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's fair enough, dude. Fair enough. He's actually the co-host. He will be the co-host of the show for the next few episodes. And then he's getting the boot.
Hell yeah.
Today's episode is sponsored by Velcro. Just kidding.
I don't have...
Nobody's ever going to sponsor us at all.
Shit, I don't have Velcro. Wait.
No, we have too much integrity to take on a sponsorship.
Well, we have too much integrity to use Velcro. Velcro's shit. Zips are where it's
Velcro
at.
is shit.
Sponsored by Zips. Yeah.
We're also sponsored by Squeaky Chairs in Scotland.
I need to buy a new chair. We're all aware of this, okay?
Well, with your temporary unpaid job, you should invest in one.
That's great. That's great. I will put 50% of all my earnings towards a new chair.
Only 50%.
Yes.
I think you can dedicate more. I think you could afford to slip a little bit more into that coin jar.
300%.
All of it.
God. Cool.
Anyway, but as many may wonder, we are answering some questions eventually. Later on in the episode, we'll get those from Discord, so you'll get your damn Q&A.
So, join
Hooray!
the Discord if you want to do the Q&A stuff. We'll probably do it once an episode, and these episodes will be coming out once insert date here.
Insert the date here, yeah. So any of the... Since we are a news channel and we talk about things that... And basically anything Keemstar talks about is what we're going to talk about, so it may be out of date by the time you see this video.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, we're going to start off by talking about why I fucking hate IGP.
The name, not the person. Just so
No. This dude is an asshole.
Oh, really?
This dude's I hate his channel. He makes garbage content.
Let me 180 degrees and completely change my opinion just to suit your beliefs because I respect you as a human being. Fuck that guy. He's a cunt. We should kill him.
Damn. Oh, you're fired.
Oh, god damn it.
Anyway, so we figured the best way to start off an inaugural episode of a podcast is to not have any guests, but to talk about the things that we hate. A lot of this podcast is going to be us venting because
that's what we
everybody
do.
vents. I need an outlet, and there you go. I hate IGP. And the name specifically because, for those who don't know, IGP stands for the indie game promoter. It used to, at least. Think of me as like MTV or TLC. MTV used to be music television, no longer that. TLC used to be the learning channel, certainly no longer that. And the indie game promoter is what it used to stand for because the initial idea of the channel was to promote small indie games that were not being covered by the bigger YouTubers.
Yeah, and then you started on Subnautica.
Right, I started, Subnautica, exactly. Subnautica is an absolute AAA title, and I just completely ruined and botched my name entirely. No integrity, no remorse.
Nope.
Yeah.
You played Call of Duty.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Everyone's going to be looking for that video and confused why they can't
can I just say how fucking bored I was actually playing that game?
I mean...
When I did that bit from PAX... It was like, yeah, you saw a quick snippet of me like yelling and screaming and appearing to have fun, but that recording was I was like, damn, there's nothing happening. Oh, he shot me, great. Oh, I shot him, great. Truth is, I just got rocketed to death, and that's okay.
I played that game for 500 hours and I loved it, but that's because I was exceptionally good at it. Anyway, we're getting off track. IGP.
Yeah. I don't like it anymore because, for instance, like I can't take the title of the indie game promoter, right? It's not even that I'm indie game promoter. It is the URL is youtube.com/user/the indie game promoter. I can't take that title if I don't follow up with what I do.
Mm-hmm.
We have people like Dragast, awesome channel, by the way. This dude covers way more indie games than I do.
Yeah.
Way more. And he looks for these small ones to show off. It's basically what I should be doing is what Dragast is already doing. So I hate that name because while I still kind of do that with some of the games I play, like recently, the last few videos I put up, which will not be the ones that are actually recent. As of September the 9th, the last few videos I put up.
If this doesn't go out until next year.
Oh, no!
Good job, buddy.
Okay, people have to understand, we have to set up a channel. There's like 30 days before I can even get a custom URL. And also, someone took my fucking name about 7 years ago, and they did nothing with it.
The IGPodcast.
Okay,
they liked
the
IGPodcast.
They liked Old Man River. They liked that song, and that was basically it. All the activity on this channel, but it's called the IGPodcast, and it's their custom URL. So they had intentions of making a podcast, but they never did anything with it. But I can't get it now. I have to call it something else.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So everyone go to that channel and dislike all their content.
Which is nothing.
Yeah, dislike nothing. I just made
You can dislike Old Man River and then comment on that video why you did and why you had to. Anyway, so
one of the big things about your name I think I dislike the most is the expectation it carries with it. The expectation that because you are the indie game promoter, you will play every shitty little indie game that someone threw together in their backyard for $5. And they message you and they're like, I want you to play this because you're the indie game promoter.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because I feel that way, and you see it that way too, that there will be this kind of expectation, and so much so that there's always this ongoing joke that if I ever play a AAA game, it'll like tarnish the name altogether, right? Like, that's been a thing. But the fact is that literally like 90% of the people who ever comment don't even know that IGP stands for anything. I guess you can assume, maybe not nowadays with the younger generation, because MTV doesn't mean anything and TLC doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That like possibly they can just assume that it's just IGP. Or like MBR, the YouTube channel MBR, like he spells out the letters, but it's basically MBR, but nobody ever asks him what it stands for. I've never even asked. So, but still, it's kind of like nobody knows that. And even if they do, I don't get comments like that. I think I've gotten one related to that subject where it's like, you know, you used to do this, and it's mostly referencing what I used to do. And then I kind of switched over to, you know, survival games or games that are kind of like high caliber indie ones. And then
I mean, but that goes along the lines of it also stops you. It adds another barrier to playing a game you would otherwise love to play. Like an AAA game comes out that's amazing, incredible. Everyone's getting millions of views, and you're sitting there like, if I play this, am I shitting on my own name?
Yeah. Well, that's happened. I've told you, I'm like, I don't know if I can play this because it's AAA. I don't remember what game it was, but it was something. I've done that a few times, like battled in my head.
Jurassic World Evolution, millions of views.
That was it. Yeah, that was the one, I think. Jurassic World Evolution. So it's, I mean, that's super AAA. No one said anything. Nobody.
Yeah, well,
it was only me, like sitting in the corner, like losing my goddamn mind. And then everyone's like, "What's wrong with you, dude?"
Forward. I'm not indie game. I'm not indie.
It's tarnished. I soiled it.
You've spent some years walking, because you don't mention what your name stands for anymore. Everything is just IGP now. You are the IGP, and the running joke is, what does IGP stand for? Because it stands for nothing now. Yeah,
and then the last channel trailer that I made, I kind of made a joke on that. Like, it could stand for anything. Anything you want. That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
And even in my Twitter bio, it's like, it doesn't stand for anything. Because I really don't want it to. It may seem like I'm, like, just taking the piss out of this, but it's like, you can tell you're rubbing off on me. Look at that. But, like, I'm serious. If I could absolutely change, like my Twitch handle or my YouTube handle, like my Twitch it can't be IGP. Someone already took that.
Yeah.
And then like anything else on Twitch specifically, it'd be hard to read. So it's like indie game promo, which sounds much better, but it still implies the same thing. Twitter handle's the same. It's just like, I hate it. I wish I could just be IGP and that's it. But
Hi. Sorry, I muted my mic there for a second.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. But I don't know.
That chair sounds so good.
It's gonna fall apart.
You know, there's a thing called WD-40, right? Do they sell that in Scotland?
Look, yes, they do. But one day I'm gonna sit in this chair and it's just gonna collapse. Because I'm pretty sure I've sheared through a couple of the bolts.
Fucking sounds like it, dude. Jesus.
When I lean back, it crackles and then sometimes just flicks me backwards. Oh, like that. Yeah, like that.
Dude, be careful. I need a co-host, all right? So, also, to kind of set up expectations, I hope nobody expects this to be professional. It's not professional. We're not professionals.
We're professionals. Ignore him.
Semi-professional. Eventually there will be... Like, we're just recording right now, you know, and this podcast is very, like, untraditional, where you have, like, H3 podcast or, like, Joe Rogan experience, where it's, like, you get to see the people and they actually come in to talk. This is more of, like, Critical's podcast.
I live thousands of miles away. I can't come in to talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if 500 people sponsor IGP's video right now, I can fly to America and do that.
That's right. It's no longer called sponsored, but if you look down, you can hit join, and you can support the podcast, dude. Because likely with our cursing and subject matter, we're not going to get monetized anyway.
What the fuck, man? Why the fuck you gotta say about that fucking cursing, eh? Fuck. Now we're gonna be demonetized. It's all.
We're gonna be demonetized from the beginning. Didn't this recording start with something about taking dick and then someone having a teeny peeny? I'm pretty sure. I'm not editing this.
If you include my micro penis in this, I will be offended. Nobody can know about my micro penis.
I just hope you remember there are no cuts in this video, dude.
Ah, shit.
So whenever there's a squeaky chair or like the unpaid intern decides to mute his mic and not talk, or you know the host decides to talk into the container in which he's drinking water.
Yeah, we're professional, guys. We're professional.
Anyway, keeping on the subject of hating our names.
Yes.
You hate your name too, right? You want to delete the IcyCaress YouTube channel? I fully back that decision up. I mean,
fuck off.
You know, if a channel's going nowhere, you know.
Oh my god. So,
a couple
of things from here. The IcyCaress. I came up with that name when I was an edgy teenager. Back when I used to do emoticons that made me look like a fucking idiot and go all like, oh yes, I'm better than everyone else. Classic teenager bullshit. And I was like, I'm really emo. I like cold, death, and sex. IcyCaress.
We talked about this, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand where caress is sexual inherently.
Have you never heard of it? Like, yeah, we
I know what a caress is, but like, I don't like to think that when I'm consoling my daughter when she's crying, that there is inherently some sexual... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can caress something without it being sexual.
Well, yeah, but you can.
So you were being very you were being very stealthy about the meaning.
Yeah, I mean the problem with it is like it's very open to interpretation as well, and that's not very advertiser friendly.
That's true.
If I was to blow up, suddenly get 1 million subs, and people start coming to me for sponsorships that are big boys, you know, like, I don't know, fucking Monster or some shit. IcyCaress? It's unique. It's kind of fucking weird, though. You know, just to have that sort of thing hanging over your head.
In the same sense that, like, because, I mean, the way you view your name and the way I view my name are different. The way you're viewing your name right now is almost the same way that, like, everyone who has ever done anything where they have to record their voice hates their own voice.
Yes, which I do.
So I love your name. It just works. I don't think I could ever call you anything else or think of you as anything else. It wouldn't work unless you.
I am
Icy's fine.
Shield.
If you're just Icy, that's cool.
Yeah,
but we still all know.
On the topic of, like, the IGP thing, because IcyCaress is very, very brandable. Because who the fuck else is going to call themselves IcyCaress?
Exactly,
so
yeah.
It stands out.
Any other edgy teenagers?
Yeah, well, and I've kind of done what you did, is I refer to myself as Icy. Everyone calls me Icy. When someone says, hey, Mr. Caress, like, shut the fuck up.
Mr.
Call me
Caress.
Icy. I have been called Mr. Caress a lot. Especially when you're...
Promoter.
When you're in talks or like deals and stuff, back when I used to do QA testing for people. Which, by the way, I'm a QA tester sometimes when I'm bored. They would call me Mr. Caress. It's like, this is just awkward. Call me Icy. Or fuck, call me my real name, which is Andrew. Although, I get called Icy more than Andrew these days. So, have you ever had a disconnect like that?
I have, yeah. So, Jess, Lauren, and Sven, when I finally met them, which was like the first time I've ever met anyone online, Jess refused to call anyone other than their handle. So, I mean, at the very beginning. Yeah. So but at this point, since Lauren was VG Lauren, she's still Lauren, that's fine. Sven was Weasel at some point, and now she refers to him as Sven because Lauren insists that he's called Sven. Yeah. I still call him Sven, I call her Jess, and then Lauren, so I'm fine. But then she still calls me IGP. To this day, she still calls me IGP. Which is fine. I don't mind it. It's obviously a part of me.
It's an identity. It's your identity.
Yeah, it's absolutely it is. Yeah. So,
but I have the problem where more people call me Icy than people call me Andrew. Yeah. I get called Icy 100 times a day and Andrew once. Yeah. So I've had a couple of times where I've gone, I don't know, out in the street or something to chat with someone. They're like, "Hey, Andrew," and I'm like, "Oh, that's me."
Oh, right.
Yeah, I exist in the real world, which I suppose is in and of itself isn't a good thing. I don't know if that would cause some kind of psychological problem, but hey, that's for someone a lot smarter than me to figure out. So, if there are any psychological majors in the podcast watching this right now, feel free to lecture me. Oh my god.
It's a very, very small audience.
Real psychologists as well, not keyboard fuckers.
Oh, but don't forget, dude, everyone is a licensed...
Yeah,
everyone's a licensed professional. Everyone on the internet. So what do you think about doing with your name? Are you going to change it or are you going to keep it?
Well, that's what I said to you, is it's a big change. I'm going to think about it. And I think I'm going to keep it. Because...
That's... Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not child friendly. But ideally 18 plus. I know that's never going to happen.
No. You're absolutely child friendly. You have to remember that kid. Like, okay, what YouTube
when I talk
deems
about raping a shark.
That's fine. But do you think like 15, even 14-year-olds don't know what rape is and don't understand that you're joking? Like, I understand if like a 5-year-old's watching you and then gets concerned.
Right.
But what YouTube deems inappropriate is not how it's reflected in real life. Every decision that YouTube makes about what is appropriate and what isn't is all based on money and business models, which is by advertisers. Yeah. And because advertisers don't want to be under the constant weight of lawsuits from parents, they have to say, okay, adults are like 18 and up, blah, 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 blah. So it really, nothing in corporate YouTube reflects how it really is in real life. You can talk about raping a shark.
It sounds so weird.
It does sound weird. But there's a lot of sensitive people too, and I'm sure we're going to get shit for just even mentioning that. But you know what?
I know. Sharks are endangered species. Yeah, well, I also didn't tell...
That's what you're talking... I was talking about the R word, dude.
Oh, no, dude. Sharks are endangered species.
The very sensitive R word.
Can't go around raping them.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I got thrown out of SeaWorld for finding out what a blowhole's for, and it's not what you think it is.
You took that from someone. That's a joke from a comedian. Who is that?
I don't know, actually. Who was that?
Who was it? That was Louis C.K., wasn't it? I don't even want to say. I feel like I'm going to be dumb.
I
can't even talk about Louis C.K., dude. We're going to get demonetized.
Oh, no, wait, what did he do?
Don't make me say it.
Oh, okay, all right. No, we won't say it.
I mean, I heard he's back from it. Which is good. Welcome back, dude.
Yeah, welcome back to the IG podcast. Oh, no, you're talking to him.
Yeah, welcome back. As a perfect segue, dude. Perfect segue.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We can let's bitch about YouTube, because I'd say, what percentage of conversations that aren't related to like us recording do you think have to do with bitching about YouTube? What percentage?
Does this include people as well?
It does include a person mainly, but people, yes.
98% of my life is us bitching about
my
YouTube.
entire life.
It's a lot. This is part of the reason why we decided to start the podcast, because whenever we'd play video games like on YouTube and stuff, we'd just sit and talk for hours and have to edit it out because nobody gives a shit. And then we're like, hey,
but now we have a reason.
Do a podcast. And now if nobody gives a shit, you don't subscribe. Assholes.
Yeah, very selfishly, this podcast has been created. I mean, I've always seen my YouTube channels as an outlet for me anyway, so I don't really care if people kind of see it as like, oh, we only did it for him. Yeah, of course, duh. But you know, so because a lot of the times in our, we have to cut out a lot of stuff that we talk about. I've been recently including a lot more of our vulgar stuff. Like I'm pretty sure did I leave it in? All right, so if you didn't watch the Desolate episode, there was a point where we went to the second killing of the Maniac, the most recent one, which is not as of September the 9th. So it's the Maniac one.
2018, by the way, if we're in 2019 right now.
By the time this is posted. So Icy, in that episode, when we were recording, he couldn't figure out how to open the journal. And so I said, press J for journal. And I was like, J for journal and Jews. I'm pretty sure I kept that in. Because I'm like, I don't, like, there was absolutely no offense meant in that. It was literally just like, it was just blah. Oh, no, and then you were like, did you say Jews or juice? And I'm like, I said Jews.
Jews? And that's
I thought it was funny.
There was no malintent. There was no, it's not like we're Jew haters.
Look, this is how, okay, this is a perfect segue.
What I say here, because
no, this is a perfect segue. Think about it. Look, listen how carefully we are treading around talking about this right now. Even though we're on the show where we said that we don't really care, right? Listen how carefully YouTube has that much control over us now that we are treading over something that literally means no offense.
It's social. It's the social norm everywhere now that people will take offense to what you say and burn you.
Right.
They will,
of course,
burn you. And that's like, what the, if I go into a video and say, ha ha, Mexicans, someone somewhere will be like, oh my god, he said Mexicans, he must be a Trump lover, hashtag build a wall around this bastard, hashtag kill. And then news picks it up and puts a misleading title on, YouTuber supports Trump killing Mexicans. And then everyone reads that title, and then I get fucked. I get lots of views, I get some money, but I also get mentally raped to oblivion.
Exactly. So, and see, like, so this is a topic for an entirely different podcast. But yeah, for the most part, like, it's just interesting how they have that much of a hold on us that we have to try and dance around. We can't even say
Jews. Jews is not an inherently offensive word.
Do you know how many times I've been? Do you exactly? Do you like? I enjoy the idea when people say that it's racist to say anything like about Jewish people. Yeah, when it's like, I guess you could boil it down, but at the end of the day, it's a religion.
Yeah.
But anyway. As many times as I have said Jesus Christ, right, in my videos, I've only gotten like one person who has ever like been offended that I said that. They're like, you can use anything else.
Oh, where's that comment?
I just recently said Jesus Christ on a stick, which is like inherently more offensive. It's just like, it's cherry picking. It's all cherry picking. Anyway, that's a subject for a different matter. I'm sure he's looking up something. Something interesting. The Jesus Christ comment?
No, I don't think I can find this. Are you enjoying my squeaky chair? Because it was
we all are.
ages ago.
All 5 of the viewers.
there was a priest that commented on one of my videos saying, "You are very creative, my son, but can you please stop saying Jesus Christ?" And I went 200% troll on him.
You fed that troll.
I showed you that, didn't I?
You fed that troll. Yeah, I think I remember.
Oh,
you fed that troll very hard, though. Yeah, like no fucking priest is ever going to type that shit on YouTube. I'm sorry. They would find it sinful to even watch your video. There's no way.
But oh my god, it was so funny. I felt kind of bad at the end of it. That was how funny it was. But that's like,
feel bad about that, dude.
If
someone coming and telling you what you should and should not do on your own channel is bullshit.
Yes, I agree with that. Anyway, I'm never gonna find it, so let's just move on.
Yeah, good
from
luck. Anyway, so the limitations of YouTube in general are there's a lot.
There's a lot
of things you cannot do.
No,
it sucks.
You can't. But that's the thing, because it shifts so fast, as well. There'll be YouTube promoted bullying for about a year. With like making channels like Leafy and Drama Alert and shit all explode. They promoted bullying.
Even H3.
Yeah. And that promoted a sort of a bullying thing. And then everyone was into it. Everyone was into it. Even I was into it. Although I was into people shitting on Leafy. Which is still bullying, but it's bullying the bully.
Yeah. Bullying the bullies, yeah. That's always good. That's why Content Cop's so great.
Yeah.
At least recently.
Yeah. I fucking love Content Cop. But then all of a sudden, YouTube, not just YouTube,
like,
the entire social platform of YouTube, everyone in it turned against it. And it buried people who couldn't evolve.
Yep.
You know, some people made bullying their entire channel, their entire livelihood, and they just got crushed.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I mean, you can argue that because, like, I feel like even before YouTube became PC police, you could probably imagine that it wouldn't make sense, or you can't bank on making money off of bullying people online. I feel like our even at that time, prior to all of this, like, our society wouldn't allow that to happen anyway.
But they did.
I feel like we were already
for years.
But that's why it was corrected. Because there was an influx of them happening, of coming out and blowing up, because people like watching people being bullied.
Yeah.
And the algorithm favored them at a certain point, and then YouTube noticed and was like, "Oh no, we can't do that." I mean, there's a lot more to that, but it's still in the same effect. Like, I would never have banked on making a career out of bullying, because there's no way you can survive.
Well, I was talking about that specifically because YouTube has a habit of switching off views on series. And it is very, very hard to predict when it's going to happen. Let's take one of your series, for example. The Brain series, the Human Evolution.
The Evolution, yeah.
One day, you're getting 500,000 views a day from it. You upload a video that is even better, in my humble opinion, as someone who has to watch all your videos or I get fired. It was better than the other ones. And it wasn't suggested to anyone.
Nobody.
It was killed
died
in the cradle. And it wasn't even like his Subnautica video, which he uploaded recently. YouTube didn't make it 1080p for what, 3 days?
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like that. It was 1080p. It was brilliantly edited, thumbnail, everything perfect. SEO was the same as the previous successful videos, and it was dead. And it
Just
killed every other video with it.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things, because, like, we can say as YouTube evolves, there are certain types of videos that kind of get kicked out of the algorithm, like, favoritism thing. Right? Because the algorithm, as YouTube describes it, is a self-learning AI, and no single person understands how the entire thing works, which is fine. Because if anyone did, they would game the system.
Yeah.
I favor the algorithm
trying to game the system.
Right. We can do tests, and that's fine, because you have to put forth the work in order to try to be successful, which really only garners you ever just a little bit. It never really does too much. But you know, there are specific changes that they can make that weed out the bullying stuff, and then there's just like random effects of the algorithm, like you just mentioned. Like that specifically is crazy because the way it has been researched is that YouTube favors consistency, and that means like on a schedule. It doesn't have to be every day, but if it's the same thing like every week, then blah 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 blah. And the way it's been looked at in the past is, if you upload 7 videos in a week, 2 of those need to go naturally viral.
They need to go out with your normal YouTube reach.
Yeah, they need to expand naturally beyond your normal subscribers in order for your channel to be considered growing or interesting enough. That's not a concrete thing, so don't quote me on that. But it has been tested, and that has seemed to have been the case at a certain point. So for me, when I uploaded that evolution video and it just straight bombed, that's a fucking mystery as to why it did. I guess just people just are done with it, right? You could assume that.
That made no sense.
But because it did so bad, it did worse than a baseline video where only the subscribers would watch. It did worse than that, which told YouTube, oh, this guy must be uploading bad content. So now we're not going to suggest the rest of his videos. At least that's what it felt like would happen, because after that video, everything that followed was just tanking. Normal series that would do really well, even Subnautica at that point, was like a third of what it used to be.
And Subnautica hasn't fully recovered from that.
Well, Subnautica at the time,
an episode, right?
But there was an ever peaking interest in it. I can't say that that's normal, because like when Mark and Jack were playing it, you know, that's clearly there's going to be trickled views. Yeah. I mean, right now it seems to be right where it should be, based on interest. But in any case, it's still like, it's amazing that, and even recently when I did Trailmakers, which was a fucking mistake, that did so poorly that every video following it just like, I had videos at the time kind of just spiking up randomly during the days, even when I wouldn't upload, because that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
As soon as I uploaded that, everything just fucking tanked. Everything was done. Baselined. Views dropped to literally half of what they were. It was insane. It's kind of like, you can't win.
Yeah.
And if you're not consistent, you're never going to be promoted. And that sucks for people who have busy lives too.
Or for people like me who just either has the worst luck in the world or goes through really, really lazy periods. I'll let you guys decide which. My fucking PC keeps exploding.
That's that we could talk about a whole. We can make a whole episode on your fucking PC problems, dude.
Just me. This is the icy episode. First of all, fuck. But no, YouTube's very limiting in what you're allowed to make as well. And it's mystifying. A game like Raft. What the fuck?
Okay.
When that first exploded, right, that first exploded, it did amazingly well, and then nobody cared about it. It released again. It exploded again. Without the big... It exploded so hard, the big YouTubers got interested. That's and that was awesome. And
no, it's good, but
it never really died. People still request Raft content. But the problem is there is no content left. We went to space. That is the epitome of that.
Yeah,
game.
We went to space in a non-space game. Space doesn't exist in Raft, and we went to it.
Yeah.
Like with games like that, though, with building, I mean, kids naturally like watching it. I mean, you can tell by the comments, the age group that...
The problem with it, though, is when there's no content left in a series that someone wants to watch, they're less likely to click on a new series. I personally feel that if someone's excited...
How do you mean?
If someone's sitting here and it's like, I really want Desolate, I really want Desolate, I really want Desolate, and you upload an episode of some shitty fucking game no one knows about, like Subnautica, they might not click on it because they really want to watch Desolate. So, because of their disappointment, they're put off from your other videos.
Maybe.
I feel like that's a thing. And
I
people
feel like that,
are less likely
that's
to
probably it.
click through other content because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of that way, I guess, depending on the channel. Like PewDiePie, I'll skip some videos, kind of maybe. But I mean, I don't think that that's
back and watching his stuff.
Yeah,
because
it's
every
not
video I miss seems to have some kind of controversy on it.
It does. That's why it's so good. No, I don't think it's a big factor. I don't think it actually will make a difference like that. But for sure, I mean, you can still argue that like there's a huge portion of subscribers that have subscribed to me for Subnautica and won't watch anything else.
Yeah,
which is fair, but I don't think that's the same thing as like, oh, I got excited about Desolate. Now I just want to watch more Desolate. If he uploads anything else, I'm not going to watch it.
I
feel like
it's
people
an active thought. I feel like it's
maybe
an inactive, just a subconscious thing, personally. But
yeah. Oh no, for sure. Yeah. That's naturally how YouTube works anyway. Like like if it's nothing that they're familiar with, there's a lot of people that watch YouTube videos that are complacent and they're not willing to watch new stuff. They'll watch the same stuff. Every Try Not to Laugh challenge from Markiplier, they'll watch it. But they won't watch if Markiplier decides to play a really emotional, dramatic indie game. They might, but there's a lot of people who are just like, whatever. I just want to watch.
Just want to watch your funny content. And that puts YouTubers off. It stops them from making content they want to make. And you can't really blame them.
Yeah.
When someone is sitting making a living off YouTube, like me, I don't technically make a living off of YouTube. I make a living sponging off this asshole. I don't technically make a living off YouTube. I just help other people and get paid doing that. But I can't. I feel squashed. How many times have I told you I have to reboot the Colony Survival series because nobody will watch anything else?
Yeah,
I can spend I can spend 30 minutes making a Colony Survival video and get 100,000 views, or well, more often than not, it's somewhere in the 10s to 30,000s. Or I could spend 4 hours making a video I adore, like a Monster Hunter World PC. Oh my god, I spent so long editing that, it was so fucking funny. 1K views.
Yeah.
Cool. And Far Cry 5, 500 views. Well, fuck me in the ass for trying to make good content, eh? And especially when you're a small YouTuber, those numbers hurt. Because there is no recovering. You have no reach to pull those subscribers back in. So if someone skips 3 or 4 videos of mine in a row, which a lot of people do because there's not Colony Survival, nothing will ever get suggested to them again. YouTube will cut me from their subscription feed, cut me from their trending, cut me from the recommended, and even if I upload another Colony Survival, oh, well, we see you haven't uploaded this in about 3 months. Sorry, everyone's fucked off. You get 1K views. Come on!
Yep.
And it puts me off so much. And that's why I have such huge breaks from YouTube. Because I wake up in the morning.
It's disheartening.
I wake up in the morning like, oh, I don't want to. God damn it. Which is why I focus so much on
is it worth it?
collabs. Yeah. That's why I do collabs so much now.
Yeah.
It works.
But, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, like, you can't... If it was that everyone could play what they truly enjoy, everyone would be a fucking YouTuber, man.
Yeah.
Everyone would be a successful YouTuber. I mean, Mark, Jack, and PewDiePie could do... I mean, PewDiePie doesn't play. I don't know why I keep referring to him. Mark and Jack can play any game that they want,
the only game
as they are.
PewDiePie played recently is ass.
Well, like Animal Super Squad? That's his game, so...
I know.
Anyway, but yeah, so like, I just got a comment the other day that said, I noticed that you play exclusively indie horror games and survival games, and that's okay, and blah, 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 blah. And the comment, I wasn't pissed at the person, and I wasn't necessarily pissed at the comment, I was just pissed about the way that made me feel. Because I am not exclusively an indie horror, I mean, I am, Like recently, especially, I've been playing a lot of like indie horror games, but I love to play games like Similand or fucking...
Oh, Similand was awesome.
Yeah, I would have loved to put another episode. The problem is that I can't, the way YouTube works, I can't be confident enough that it's going to garner enough viewership to keep my video or my channel growing. It could tank my channel like I've seen happen a dozen other times. It's not worth the risk, which sucks because I don't get free time to play. The only time I ever get to play games is when I'm recording. So, aside from Melee.
And then when you get to a point where you're like, all you do is play horror games, look at the numbers.
Yeah,
this
well,
man
stop
makes
fucking
his living
watching
off of
it.
Yeah.
Watch other things. God. Like, I don't mind because I love horror games and I love being able to do, like, creepy shit.
Well, recently,
like,
the horror
in
games
editing.
have been very good. There was a time
Yeah,
where
that's
they
true.
were so bad, you just
Even
went
like
back to playing the forest.
Yeah, like Signal Simulator. That is inherently scary to me, but not to other people. But the way I edited the video and stuff, it keeps it creepy throughout the entire video. I love doing that. I actually really enjoy making, like, horror videos like that. The problem is it's not... I don't want to do that exclusively. It sucks that I can't continue to play games that I actually really, really enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy Signal Simulator. I actually really love that game, but that comment really got under my skin because it's like, I only can do this because YouTube has me by the fucking balls. And then you I cannot do anything else. Yeah.
And you because you feel a bit of... You feel like you're feeling yourself there because you know that you have a lot more... I mean, especially me as well. I feel like I have a lot more creativity to give. I'm a very creative person. You put me in a game with building, I'll have you 10 castles and a fucking planet built by the end of the day. But when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, day in and day out, and everyone is expecting more and more, like with you, everyone's expecting every video to be funnier and funnier and funnier and better edited and better content. And for me, people were expecting bigger, 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 bigger.
Yep.
It drains you, especially when you look at your channel and you're meant to be happy. You're meant to be happy that Green Hell got the same number of views as Subnautica. That's incredible. But you just feel shit because you know that that's just setting a precedent for you to be stuck in this fucking hole for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, in that sense, like for the colony survival thing, for you, it's always been, like I remember coaching you. I'm like, dude, do not go bigger. You are going to literally spend months building something for a video that, yes, will get 200,000 views, but is that worth it? Because like, if you break it down, it's like if it's for your own personal achievements, by all means do it. If it's strictly for the entertainment of people, you can be creative in a way that's like, here's a house with a pool and a grill, and here's my fucking block family, and we're all having a cookout on 4th of July, right? And here's some fake fireworks.
Tiny peen.
And here's my teeny peen. Teeny peeny. But yeah, I mean, you can do stuff like that. But for like, I mean, for you, like, I like your channel because you can do shit. You upload videos that are black screen. And you get more views than you do playing games. If I uploaded something like that, people would be like, what the fuck? And they unsubscribe and then my fucking channel crashes. I love that you can do that.
We have spoken so much about me just becoming a shitpost channel because they're so successful.
I think it could be shitpost and like skill set because you're so good at games inherently that you can do like funny montage. Like you kept sending me videos of you deleting people in fucking Darwin Project while fucking around. How many people do you know can play like a ninja can play Fortnite in other games, but also do Gollum's voice and make an entertaining bit at the exact same time? That's a rare thing. You could totally turn it into that.
Well,
anyway, we're off topic.
Well, that's actually a really good on-topic thing because, like, I know, it's in terms of content and stuff. Trying to make content on competitive games, or even just competitive games in general for me, I've had to take a step back from them because they made me so angry. When I don't fuck around in a game, when I try hard and I lose,
right,
it's not nice.
I understand.
And I don't enjoy it. I don't.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties into a segue back into YouTube. Let's go back into this conversation of when you put hours and hours of effort into a video that you want to do well, and it dies because of some bullshit reason like, oh, it wasn't a horror game. Or, the worst one, YouTube fucks up and kills it, and then subsequently kills your channel because it killed your last video, like Subnautica. It fucking hurts. It does. It puts such a wrench in the motivation. And with YouTube limiting everything now, like, I don't know what your demonetization numbers are, Indy. I've only been demonetized once in the past few months.
Yeah, once in the past 6 months or so.
But when you look at channels like PewDiePie, every video he uploads gets struck or demonetized, or I couldn't imagine the shit you would feel trying to make content for that. But he's in a position where he wants to make content for his subscribers. I'm going to say something a little bit controversial. I'm not speaking for IGP here, but there's a lot of you guys on my channel. I don't really give a shit about you. It's not on a personal level. Like, it's great that you're here, you watch my content, you enjoy it. That's amazing. But I don't owe you anything. So that's not a drive for me. It's not that I don't care about you. Obviously, I care about you, but I don't owe you anything.
Right.
There's no drive for me to make content for you.
There's always an underlying obligation, though. Like, you constantly come to me and tell me how you feel bad that you haven't uploaded.
Yeah. But I know I don't owe anything. I just
right. Yeah.
And I mean that obligation as well can be crippling in and of itself, because you think to yourself, oh, I haven't uploaded in forever. I'm so bad. All these people are relying on me for content. Mm-hmm. And then you sit down and play Melee for 10 hours. You don't upload anything. So
it's funny too, because the viewers, at least the ones that comment, the people that comment are, I wish you would realize, I'm talking to everyone here who actively leaves comments on videos, you represent the audience.
Yes.
You understand that. Like, you leave a comment as an entitled little prick saying, you need to do this with your channel. I don't like that you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. I understand that a comment is meant to leave criticism, feedback, and it can be whatever the fuck you want it to be. Although I can delete whatever if I wanted to because it's my fucking channel. But you can say whatever you want. The problem is that you represent the entirety of our viewership. Mm-hmm. Because that is all we have to go over. We can look at likes and dislikes.
The direct link between us and what people think, basically.
Right. And we know we can't really gauge likes and dislikes because I'll have a video that has a 98% like ratio, but then get a bunch of comments in the comment section complaining about something. Mm. So it's contradictory. We literally can only go off of the comments. So when you tell us things like, oh, where is this? Or where is this? Why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? It's even more like you further enable our like disconnect from wanting to do, so like when it comes, there are lots of different types of YouTubers.
The businessmen.
Us being in a specific type of group on Discord has shown us the world of the business type of YouTubers. There's a lot of them in there. I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah.
And I have no like disrespect towards them because they're smart at what they do and they're good at what they do. But there are different types of YouTubers for sure. There's ones that literally do not give a shit about who says what. They don't read comments, and they're just like, I need to do this and this. This is trending. I need to play this. This is trending. I need to play this. And that's fine. But for us, Icy and I, one of the reasons why we connect so well, I feel like in the first place, is that we both have this this drive to create content rather than just make a video. Like, when people say, you know, oh, how come you haven't uploaded? It's like, do you understand the process? It is not that we just record and upload. It isn't that. I don't have an editor, and I would never hire an editor.
I keep trying to convince him to hire me, but
yeah, you know how many times he's offered? Yeah, exactly.
I even offer for free because I don't. That's another thing is I'm an enabler. I want people to succeed, but I don't work on my own shit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'll put 110% in someone else's project while my project just sits there like, love me, daddy. So I need to be careful with that sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, so for us, we're very pure with how, I mean, and this is not like stroking our fat dick saying, oh, we're like, oh, we actually create content for YouTube, but we make such good videos. I'm like, I understand. I'm playing games, and I'm creating Let's Plays. I understand that. I know there are more detailed, intricate, and deep meaning, like, fucking artwork on YouTube. Yeah. We are not like some Smithsonian museum. That's like probably the wrong type of museum to reference, but we aren't like some like intricate art design, you know? But I spend time on my videos, like generally recording. I can record 3 or 4 hours to have enough content to make an entertaining video. And then the editing process is equally as long because I have to watch the entire thing anyway. And
Premiere Live every 3 seconds with our content.
Yeah, and I spend a lot of time on thumbnails, and I do everything myself. And it's like, because I value creating stuff that people could potentially enjoy. So it's like it's a large amount of disrespect, unintentionally by you, but as the commenters. But people who say like, oh, you haven't uploaded, what are you doing? Like, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember that one comment, but I got one that was just like, this is why your YouTube channel's dying. You never upload content. It's like, thanks, man. I know. I don't need you to fucking tell me that. I know very well why. And then it's kind of like...
There's some commenters as well who tell you to stop caring and upload what we want to upload.
Basically,
We're not allowed. It's not just the... Oh, no, we might get a few less views. It could kill our careers. This is a career.
Yeah. It's like, this is one of the points I want everyone to understand as well, is that I'm at the point, right, and it has been this way for a while, that YouTube is my sole source of income at this point. I mean, I branched out a bit, but for the most part, YouTube and what I do here is my income. If I tarnish that in any way, I can't support my family. I have a family to take care of. I have a newborn baby. I have 3 other kids to take care of on top of that. New home, whatever, saving for the future. We have a lot of stuff to do. You can imagine that any responsibility that you have regarding financial income with a family and planning for the future, that's the responsibilities that I have for that. And it's based all on this. So when people ask for the millionth fucking time, where's the last episode of Far Lone Sales? It's not fucking happening, okay? If I upload that video, it will fucking tank my channel. Please understand that. I would love to play the rest of it. Kind of. I did kind of get bored of the game playing it. You guys didn't see that part because I cut it out. But I did kind of get bored with it. It's a good game, but whatever. Anyway, I can't do it, okay? I just can't. I cannot trust that it will garner enough views to keep the channel going. It could completely crash my channel, and then all for the sake of, oh, doing what I want to do. Oh, yeah, stick it to the man. Yeah, while I'm sitting out here in a fucking box and I'm watching my children beg for money on the street. I'm not okay with that.
You would make your children beg? Wow, you're so mean.
Well, at that point, I'll be a crippled old man with fibromyalgia.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'll be stuck on the fucking side of the road and just feed me through a tube. Anyway. Do you actually find it interesting that we fucking talked about 19 different topics of YouTube in that conversation? There is so much to talk about YouTube. That was just like the fucking surface level. There's so much more.
Yeah, there will be a lot of YouTube bitching going on.
It makes sense. We're YouTube channels, and we, made a podcast. That's what we're gonna do. But yeah, but please remember, if anyone's watching this and you also watch any of our channels, what you say actually matters in the comments, and also stop being entitled, and please be a little bit more empathetic and understand the situation that I can't just upload whatever the fuck I want. It doesn't work that way. If that was the case, these podcasts could go on the main channel. Nope, could never fucking do that. I don't do vlogs. You want to know why? Because vlogs don't garner enough views. And it's not absolutely about the money. It is absolutely because it will tank my fucking channel. And that's hard to separate. It's hard to make people understand that I'm not playing this because it doesn't get views because of money. I'm not playing this because it doesn't get views because it will destroy any growth for my channel. The channel is a reflection of myself, and it always has been. I've worked fucking hard, and in any situation possible, I've always tried to make this channel work. It is an absolute reflection of me. The personality that you get on there is just literally an energetic version of myself. It is me. There's nothing fake about me, and when something fails or doesn't work, it kills me. And that's,
and then
again,
I have to get
a
the
difference.
Paddles out. Re-stimulate him.
Exactly. And then I come bitch to Icy about it.
Well, that's one of the things I do have to say. If any of you are YouTubers and you feel demotivated, get yourself someone. That sounds weird, but get yourself someone you can just bullshit with. The amount of energy that IGP gives me when I'm down, and I think I do the same sometimes for him, where we just hype each other the fuck up. Just by chatting. Like before this podcast started, we were sitting there chatting about things to do, and then I was like, oh god, we gotta do this, and you're like, oh, we gotta get this guest, so I'm like, what about this guest? You're talking about this. Fuck, we're pumped.
It's like, oh, I'm so fucking excited, let's start. Yeah.
And we do that a lot when it comes to videos. We'll go through a slump where we don't upload for a week or a month, and then we'll sit down, we'll play some fucking Melee.
Yep.
and just
shoot the shit.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, we're spitting ideas back and forth about content and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a YouTuber, I absolutely recommend getting a group together of other like-minded YouTubers. Like-minded being the key word here, because otherwise you get the group that we were in.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally do not agree with anything that they say, almost.
But that's something, I mean, we can talk about that now if you want, like, because I said I wanted to talk at some point about how lucky it was that I found someone that was so like-minded.
Oh yeah, talk it up, dude. I actually, so right now I'm also scanning through the questions as they're coming in live, and someone actually asked that. Where was it? Hold on. It said, I mean, we can even do some questions. Oh, by what?
Yeah, let's do Q&A.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So yeah, this will be a segment that we'll never really like distinguish other than right now, where we're gonna answer questions, meaningful questions, please, people. You can go to the Discord. There's a channel for that. Whenever we are about to record, we'll open it up and leave some comments, and you guys can leave them. But Mr. Manvi says, by what miserable condition did IGP first meet Icy?
That's actually pretty fitting.
Yeah, we can do that. So I'll say how we met, and then we can go from there. But we met. Holy fuck! Was it 7 Days to Die? I'm actually confused about when we first officially met.
The first time I spoke to you and heard about you was 7 Days to Die.
Right. So I knew about you from Sven streams, Weasel Zone, for those who don't remember, who is no longer a YouTuber. Aww, see, I need a fucking sound pad. I can play sad music right now. You can get a virtual sound pad, right? That would be dope.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, fuck all this hardware stuff. I'm gonna go virtual. Anyway, so he was a moderator there, and he also had this tendency to donate a lot. So like his name was constantly being mentioned and like displayed on screen. So I knew who Icy was, and then eventually when Sven decided to set up his own or our own 7 Days to Die server, not the one that's open now, but a long time ago, we all played together, and then we finally interacted. From there, it really just went like when I was streaming more than I am now, which is basically non-existent. He was a moderator there, and Jesus, we talked. It was Skype, definitely. We talked on Skype a ton.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was the group. So the original group was me, Sven, Lauren, and Jess, and then Icy joined that, and we just talked.
Yeah.
And then it spawned from there. That's pretty much. So you can talk about.
There was because we
how lucky you are to meet me.
we started talking. Oh, I am beyond. Like, I owe a lot to you. Okay, not to stroke your cock any more than I have to do on a Saturday night. It's you've given me you've given me work. You've given me a career that I love. I just wish you'd let me do more. But that's another conversation. We stopped talking for about a year. Maybe a bit longer than that, because I was way off. I was focusing with Weasel. We were chilling and doing Weasel Twitch channels and stuff, and then Weasel kind of stopped and drifted off. This was before he moved to Facebook, and this is gonna be demonetized because I mentioned Facebook. Damn it!
Oh shit!
But that I was left drifting for a little bit, and then a random stream popped up because I watched all your videos. I was one of those guys back then. And then a stream came up where you were doing a 200,000 special and launching a Discord. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Hopped in. Holy shit. It was chaos.
Wait, no. Wait, I'm a bit confused. I thought we were already planned, because I remember Nula was the one who originally set up the Discord.
Yeah, he set up.
We were already talking. We were already back talking at that point, right?
We were talking. It wasn't anywhere near what we were doing now. It was on and off stuff. I think because you were in sellouts as well. We were just chilling and shooting the shit. But when I went on the Discord, it was fucking chaos.
Of course.
Oh my god, it was horrendous. And that's when I said, hey dude, I have some experience managing communities. Want me to help with this? And you're like, ask Nula. I asked Nula. He said, yeah, please help. So I did, and then shit just progressed from there. One day you forced me to take your money, and then the next day I forced you to give me more. And now here we are. I'm enslaved for the rest of life. That was... How long ago was that? That was 2016, right? About when 2016, when the Discord launched.
Oh, yeah, November
it's been up
2016,
for 2
right?
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's actually kind of nuts.
One of the biggest thing is how much people have changed over that time. Especially you and me. Maybe I kind of felt the way I do now anyway back then. I just wasn't as open about it. But back then, I was really nice. I was too nice. I gave people chances. I was great to people. And just being around IGP all this time has turned me into a cynical old cunt.
Hey. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I can argue that because you are the one that I feel has turned me cynical. I think by the forces of nature and our deep-seated, unspoken hatred for people,
oh my God,
has blossomed into us growing into cynical people together.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a beautiful love story than Twilight, dude.
It is 100%. Shit, just like over time, when you run communities and you do YouTube and stuff. You either bend or you break. Yeah. And we fucking broke.
Dude. But I feel like it's good. It's good. And this podcast is only happening because we broke. So
yeah, 100%.
I'm
so
thankful for that. Yeah. But on a happier note, I want to elaborate on that a bit. Like,
oh yeah,
with Icy. Well, first of all, a lot of people can perceive Icy and I, in our relationship, as like being toxic. And not necessarily to other people, but to each other. That, like, he's constantly trolling me. I've had people say that, like, Icy's really mean to me and that I'm a super asshole to him. And it's like, one, you have to understand is that with us and our personalities, when we have friends, we make fun of each other. Yeah. That's just how it is. Banter. And if we're not making fun of each other like that, it's either because one of their personalities doesn't work that way or they're just not really that close. Like, I'm friends with Dragass, but he and I don't tease each other because our personalities are, like, you adjust how you are with people differently when you're around them. That doesn't mean that you're like two-faced or fake or anything. That just means that like you're empathetic enough to understand that like your relationship's a bit different. But with Icy and I, if we weren't making fun of each other and the way our personalities are, there would be something missing.
Yeah.
Like I imagine if I actually like met Oompa in real life, because he lives close to me. If I ever met him in real life and we weren't making fun of each other, we wouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
Like that. I feel like personality-wise, he and I would make fun of each other as well. But anyway, so aside from us, we don't hate each other. We love each other.
We do. It's straight up a bromance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that if shit kicks off for me, I can call him and say, hey, just sit and we'll chat. And he'll do it.
For sure.
And
for sure.
I know, well, we've both done it, where something has happened, we just need to sit and chat. We'll just drop everything and just sit and talk about it and try and figure stuff out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it comes to... Like, that's another thing people say, how do you know when someone's serious if all they do is shit on each other? You know.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
You do know, yeah. Like, I know, and there's times, like, you know, it'll get in my, like, I want to say, for the sake of, like, a video or for recording or something, it's like, all right, Icy, enough.
Yeah.
Because I can't make an entertaining video out of you just literally shitting on me 24/7. But we still know, like, I'm never really upset about it. In any case, like, but I'm absolutely thankful that we have become friends in that level. Yeah. And it's because not because like you're my unpaid intern, but because that we have a lot of similarities in the way that we think, and we work together as friends, absolutely. And that's like you just mentioned, like the fact that one of us would drop everything if one of us needs to talk. Like, we vent to each other about a lot of stuff. And yeah, I have friends like that, absolutely. And Sven is completely in the circle too. I just know that Sven's been going through stuff and we've been busy bodies. And he's not really an online person anymore. Yeah, but
sad. I miss Sven.
I miss him so much. If you hear this, Sven, dude, I love you and I miss you, man.
Please come back to us.
Yeah. Everyone would love to hear from you too. Like, we can totally do a podcast after we have giant orgies with each other.
Oh, we need to do a podcast with Sven, 100%. Get him on here.
That was the plan originally, was to have him on as the first guest, like for the first episode. I was like, this would be so like honorable to do that because this takes our friendships back fucking years. It would be beautiful. But yeah.
Strange to think I'm technically the new kid on the block.
You are absolutely. You're years behind. Years behind.
Started
you're
together.
Yeah, you're years behind Dre. Yeah, interesting. I gotta get him on here too. I'm excited, man. Y'all should leave some comments about what guests we should bring on and what questions we should ask them.
And if you say PewDiePie,
if you, I find it flattering to some degree, but people are just like, play with Jacksepticeye. If I fucking could, I would. It would already have happened. Guys, come on. What kind of connections? I mean, I'm not going to brag or anything, but when I worked for Ken, the one day he sent me a video of them playing Gang Beast, and it was PewDiePie, Ken, Jack, and Mark, and I edited that video.
I edited listening to them.
I listened to all of them in their natural habitats outside of recording. It was great.
And let's say they're all assholes.
I don't know. A lot of them are assholes. Rightfully so. I mean, they're friends, right? They're assholes to each other.
Anyway. True.
One more so than the others, but we're not gonna fucking point any fingers.
Yeah, I know, because you're the biggest asshole.
Anyway,
sorry.
Anyway, Icy and I,
that's how we got started.
That's how we got started, and I'm glad it happened because who the fuck knows, right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
It was a 1 in a million, and I hit the jackpot. I could have had Markiplier though. Damn.
Yeah, you did not look out, dude.
No.
Maybe you did.
Let's get another question then.
Yeah, let's browse through some questions. Oompaville, my man. What are your thoughts on the forthcoming Singularity? I'm just gonna read that one. I'm not gonna respond to it.
How does we need to initiate Protocol 33, dude? Okay, well, remind me after the podcast. Yeah.
Paradis Arcus, how can I grow a majestic beard like yours? Time, dude. Just wait for it. It'll happen. See, these are the kind of questions I appreciate. Yeah, semen is an amazing tool for beard growth.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so see, these are the kind of questions that I kind of wanted to avoid. No offense to anybody, but it's just like these questions are like not really open-ended. I want stuff that's going to start like a conversation.
Games that you feature on your channel. What are the criteria? Yeah. Generally, it's a shotgun blast.
Cupcake Isle? Is that Isley?
Yeah. Cupcake is lie.
Oh, Cupcake is lie. Okay. How do you choose any games that you feature on your channel, and what are the criteria? Nothing. There's nothing. There's literally no criteria.
If it looks good, and if well, it's either if it looks good, you go to be the first to it, so you get all the views, or if you see it be successful on someone else's channel, you play it. That's the criteria.
Like well, it's the criteria, I guess, if you want to say that, like, what I have to do for YouTube, it's like survival is something I'm looking for a lot. I enjoy survival, and that's what other people enjoy, so I'm glad I actually like playing it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much only it. I mean, I'm not even looking at only indie games anymore. I was going to play Monster Hunter at a certain point, but
that was a fun game for the 5 minutes I played it. And then the video failed.
Was it? The video, yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting
I like this one. Kiss, marry, kill, but they don't list anybody. Is it just fucking anyone?
Kiss Indy, marry Indy, then kill him without signing a prenup.
Damn, dude, that... Jesus Christ, dude. You had that planned all along or something. That was quick.
That was quick. I wonder if I get the rights to your YouTube channel.
What was that rhyme rap thing in IGP, and why did it get deleted? It was cool. What is he talking about?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, is that the thing you yeah, that I said I'd kill you over?
What's the where was the one? There was one that I saw that I really like. Oh yeah, what would it take for you guys to leave YouTube?
Who typed that?
That was Everyday Potato.
Everyday Potato.
I don't. It was above the
to leave YouTube.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
My channel would have to be deleted. It would have to be deleted.
I wouldn't lead then either. I mean, no. If your channel got deleted, I would just promote you.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
and
have
try to get you back up. But
I think the only time I'd leave YouTube is if there was a guaranteed set for life deal for me on the other side.
Right. Some people have already taken that route. For me,
but that would have. I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to live comfortably. I mean like I'd have to be a millionaire because YouTube is so ingrained into my soul at this point. I wake up even if I don't upload, I wake up every day thinking I want to make content.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
I couldn't. I've had ideas of like opportunities potentially reaching out and what I would do. I wouldn't leave because it's what I'm comfortable with. And I'm not some kind of activist, so even if YouTube's like, I don't know, comes out, the CEO is like racist or something. Like I wouldn't leave YouTube.
Because he smelled a puppy.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave YouTube for that. Like, I'm not like some activist. It's like
that was a very interesting conversation I had with someone the other day because people were saying how they stopped watching JonTron because of the things he said.
Yeah,
I'm personally of the opinion someone can say something stupid, right?
Yeah.
So long as they haven't hurt anyone, I don't fucking care. If I like their content, I like their content. If they hurt someone or do something appalling, I won't support them. If they just said it, so what? I mean, it's obviously, if they're severely racist to someone or homophobic or anything, then I'm like, okay, kind of don't want to support this.
Yeah.
But if they just say an opinion,
Yeah. If they have an opinion, like political opinions is not enough for me to not watch someone's content or be friends with them.
Right.
If they're like of the opposite political opinion of me, which I'm never going to discuss really, but you guys probably pick it up. But if someone's the exact opposite and they're trying to change me or do things that affect me, then that would be different. But certainly JonTron speaking out what he believes is kind of like, first of all, there's a lot of misrepresented information with the story of him, as is every story that comes out.
Yeah, that's just how it is, isn't it?
That's just how it is. But, I mean, in all, like, JonTron is fucking hilarious. Yeah. And if you stop watching JonTron because of that, power to you, but you're missing out on stuff that you absolutely do not need to miss out on. Doesn't make sense to me, but
no,
that's me.
Either.
Yeah. I mean, PewDiePie, like, being a Nazi, racist, whatever, dropping the N-bomb, it's kind of like, are you people serious? Like, I can guarantee half the people that reacted to him saying that say it in their free time or to their friends. They do. Yeah, he said it publicly, but it was a slip-up. Come on now. That does not equate to racism, and it does not mean that anyone who's getting offended doesn't already say that at home. Come on. Yeah. Be fucking... Who the fuck are you? Be real. Let's be fucking real.
That's just the culture we're in now, isn't it? But hey...
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
back on topic.
Even then, I wouldn't leave YouTube. You
know,
no,
if
I had
sure.
a huge controversy.
Okay. Here's what... Yeah. Controversy would be, like... For Basherverse being called a pedophile by Keemstar, if something like that happened, I would leave YouTube because there's no coming back from that. No matter how untrue it is, like Basher would never ever leave that. There's nothing you can do.
Because that's the whole when it came. I think it came out that he wasn't or something, and
of course he wasn't.
There was a follow-up video. Any video that says this person is not a pedophile will get 1/100th the views. The video calling you a pedophile. There is no recovering from something like that.
Yeah, and there's no recovering from the ignorant masses that watch YouTube, no offense, that don't research, that will never, like the old man that was called a pedophile by Keem.
Oh my god,
that
was a
poor,
shit show.
I literally dropped a tear when I saw that man start crying on Twitch. I was like, this is the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen, because I know deep down that motherfucker will get hate to this day on his Twitch channel, because people are either trolling and wanting to be fucking edgelords, or they are absolutely fucking ill-informed and will just believe anything they hear. And then it's just, he will have that name associated with him always because of that fucking disgusting fat piece of shit Keemstar calling him out. Let's do a fucking drama alert. Actually, please don't. I don't feel like dealing with that.
And that's why I have immense respect. I watch Philip DeFranco for my news.
Yeah.
And I have immense respect for him, because if he fucks up, he does everything he can to correct that story. Everything.
Oh yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, prime story of the day. Hey guys, me and my team fucked up.
Yep.
Whereas other news agencies don't. They try and bury it. There will be a full story about how this man is Hitler himself, reincarnated from the juice of broken children or something. And at the bottom, there'll be a tiny little editor's note that says, oh, sorry, we got the story wrong. Turns out that the guy was actually just an old man wanting to buy some pretzels. What the fuck? But that's how it works.
Yeah,
and then your life is over. You go and become a hermit at that point, which I can do. That would actually not be a bad lifestyle. You want to become a hermit with me?
Dude, that would be amazing.
We can
just play Melee.
It.
We'll play Melee all day.
We can vlog it.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, I think that would be the only thing that would make me leave.
Yeah.
Is like if I get some kind of like name that I can't get rid of, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that in my life. I don't want it to become like so personal that it follows me in my personal life. That would be the worst.
That also depends on where it comes from. Because back then, Keemstar was seen as the god of shitting on people, and he's never wrong. And if he did it now, an accusation like that, I don't think it would carry the same weight. You would get shit for a while, but then it would be done.
Well, because for the longest time, Keem has had like he had messed up like that before.
Yeah.
And I understand. Okay, like I retract the offense that I give to Keem in a sense that like he didn't call this guy a pedophile with any ill will against that person. Does it make sense? Like he made a mistake. He did.
Yeah.
But he fucked up bad because of his lack of like research and his too much trust in other people and just like and not
it could have cost the old man
accepting.
his life.
Exactly. Yeah. That's fine. Like I get that it was a mistake. I don't necessarily mean that like, oh, he did it intentionally to ruin this random man's life. He didn't, obviously. But it's just like you need to own up to it and handle that way better. Anyway, that's way off topic.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I think we would leave YouTube. I think I would quit YouTube if you quit YouTube, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
You're kind of, yeah. No, I think I would. Even if I ended up bigger than you, because it's sort of a thing that we've got going. If I quit YouTube, I would push you to keep going though, because you've got
we
something
would
awesome
definitely
going.
do that for each other for sure.
What? Let's see.
Here
what
we go.
else there is.
IcyCaress, I guess. What do a new YouTuber need to grow his channel nowadays? I'm gonna keep this brief.
Even briefer. Go to weaselzone.com and click on the thing that says how to grow your YouTube channel.
Yeah, he does have some good advice. Some of that might be outdated. Like the creating like a lot of like the way it used to be was create content, just keep pumping out content.
Yeah.
One, you get burned out from that. Two, it's ingenuine. And three, like if you're there's a new wave over the last few years of YouTubers who are new, young, and who are literally doing it with the intention of making a career out of it. Yeah. When I started, that was not the intention because that was a very unrealistic goal. Of course, in the back of my mind, it's a thing that's like, yes, I would love for that to happen. I would love to be able to play games and have this YouTube channel and have a community, blah, 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 blah. But now it's very much easier to obtain, so to speak, in certain areas to start a channel and grow a community. It's easy to do that. Easier, at least.
Yeah.
So it depends on your mindset. If you're going in it with the point of making money, making a career out of it, then you need to brand your channel a very specific way that would take way too long to discuss. That could be a whole different video.
Podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
I find it very disingenuous when maybe I'm just one of those high-class snobs. Oh, you're starting to make money, are you? I find it very disingenuous when someone wants to collab with me just to make money.
Yeah.
Like back when I was my fresh-faced, you know, oh hey, I'm a boy and I'm a teenager and I'm edgy and bullshit. When my channel had I think 3,000 subscribers, I had people trying to use me to boost their own channels. I had 3,000 subscribers. What the fuck? Shoutouts don't work like that. And that's something else you need to be wary of, is don't get used. It's very easy to get used by either someone who has more views than you, or someone who has less views than you but has something you want. Like, for example, a woman. Especially when you're a teenager. Very, very common. I had a few of them try and do that.
Yeah.
So just be careful of stuff like that. Always watch your back. Find someone you can trust.
Yeah. Very, very good but odd advice to give a new YouTuber.
It's true though.
It is. Yes.
Don't be one of those people who goes to other channels and says, "Can you give me a shout out?" Because it's just disingenuous.
Oh my God, yes! Please don't do that. So, I know what advice a lot of people are looking for, and I'm not going to give that to you because it's bullshit. But please don't be that person. Don't fucking go around asking for subs, shout outs. You got to remember that, especially these days, sub count means jack shit.
Yeah.
Okay? It does establish a baseline of viewership, but unless you're really high in numbers for subscribers, when you're starting out, that's really not going to make or break your channel. You should really focus on creating the content at first, okay? Because people who make genuine content always will be successful in some way, shape, or form, whether it is financially and you can make a career out of it, or that you are absolutely satisfied that, and it will allow you or enable you to continue to do what you do. Because if you start making shit that you feel like you have to make and follow trends just to grow your channel, you will get burned out and you will hate what you do. It is not enjoyable to be a trendy YouTube channel. It is absolutely not enjoyable. No one's going to enjoy that.
No.
So if for whatever reason, regardless if you're trying to make a career out of it or not, you're always wanting to make it enjoyable. If you want it to be your career, you want to come back to it every day with a good attitude. Make shit.
When you're finding a job in the real world, you look for a job you think you will enjoy. You look for a career that you think you'll enjoy, something you want to do for the rest of your life. Obviously, that doesn't work out for everyone, but the people who it doesn't work out for end up miserable. That's the same for YouTube. Find something you can do and will enjoy for the rest of your life. Not just something that's like, oh, this is fun right now, because you'll burn out. And evolve your content as you grow as well. Best person I can point to for that is PewDiePie. Look at how much he's changed, and look at how successful he is, because he still enjoys what he does.
Yep.
On some weird masochistic level.
He stopped doing what he hated and started doing what he loved, and then, you know, he comes back every day. Every single one of his videos are demonetized. He still comes back. He could quit. Yeah. He could retire. Everything he's made financially could be invested and set himself up and Marcia up for life.
Do you think we're addicted to YouTube? That's not a question from anyone else. It's just a thought I had that we might actually be genuinely addicted.
I think so. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to the feedback. If that doesn't sound selfish enough,
no,
it's kind of like,
true.
Yeah, it's
the numbers as well get so addictive.
The numbers definitely do get addictive, but the numbers are really. I hate the notion that like. Yes, I am continuing to do YouTube because I make a living from it. Because financially, it is the best job that I've ever had in my life, and likely to be the best job I will ever have in my life, monetarily. But the driving factor is not the money for me. It really is not. I can live comfortably on a fourth or even less of what is generated from the YouTube channel. And I wouldn't care. But what would be reflected of that is likely to be viewership.
Yeah.
And because the numbers that matter to me are seen as like, am I a successful person or am I a failure? Do people find me entertaining or am I dumb as fuck?
Dumb as fuck failure.
Like, exactly. And so like when a video doesn't do well, I feel like I failed personally in life. Not anything business-wise. It's always that, like,
and that's so
I suck at what I do.
Well.
Like, maybe if I made it a little, maybe I'm not funny, or maybe I'm just like, or maybe people just don't like my voice, or maybe I said something stupid. Like, it's stressful in that sense. And there's a lot of people that feel that way.
That in and of itself is bad enough, but then when you add into the fact that your living comes from it, it is depression. It becomes depression.
Dude,
you get so down, and that's why a lot of you, like, people are being more and more open about it now. But that every big YouTuber suffers from severe depression in that regard.
Severe. Do you remember Kin's video?
Yeah.
From a long time ago. Oh my god, it was so sad watching that. Like, dude, I feel you 100%. Like,
and it's
we should have a podcast on that and bring someone on to talk about that. But I feel like,
get Ken on.
Dude, oh my god, yes. Really Are you kidding me? That would be so fucking dope. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it is severe fucking depression. Severe, because it's like it is if you're failing, if things aren't working out, if things start to go down, it is as if your parents have like fucking disowned you and told you that you're a worthless piece of shit.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking loves you. That's the way it feels. And then it spirals. It's so fucking stupid when you think about it. But at the same time, it's real.
You hit that high as well. You hit a high where you're doing brilliantly and everything is great, and then you see those numbers start to tick down. And you fight it. You put in your all. You want it to stop, and they keep going down. And slowly over time, you learn that that's inevitable. But until you learn that, oh, and then even worse, you figure out that, hey, oh, it's inevitable, this will happen. Eventually, I'll plateau, and then it keeps going down. That's when you hit rock bottom. Right. That's when you start panicking and shitting yourself and wondering if you'll still have a house this time next year. And that's what hit Ken, I think, because he knew. He knew what he did wrong as well.
Yep. And well, because there was two different videos. There was one from a long time ago where he was talking about the depression of the work itself, even though he was being successful. Yeah. But the amount of time that you devote, like once you start doing well, you start doing more and more and more, and then your whole life is based around it. And then it's just like, and it's inevitable. It happens to literally everyone. And there's different, it's just a depressing job. It's depressing. It's not mentally and psychologically like healthy. No. to do any of this. Anyway, that's another podcast.
Yes. So
Man Gaming Plays. Now I'm going to read this comment mainly to address a point because no one else has asked it, but I kind of don't like this comment. It says, do you read my comment on your video and are you going to play station? No, I'm not going to fucking play Stationeers. No. Yes, I probably read your comment, and that's kind of what I want to address. I hate when people say that, oh, he never reads comments, he never reads comments. I read just about every single fucking comment that comes into my channel. Not recently in the last... Yeah, he reads them all too. Not in the last week or so because my phone's been fucked up. That's mainly how I do it. Like through the Creator Studio app, every comment that comes in, I can see it right away. I even have an ongoing notification that I can just bring down that shows me the latest comment. That's how like much I actually read all your comments. Now, there's a lot of times where I don't give it a heart or something like that because I feel like that needs to be saved for something special. But there was a one point in time where I tried to heart every comment to indicate that I've read it. And that was a bad idea because every comment I hearted went up to the top and then it made no sense.
Yeah.
But yes, I read basically all comments. Please don't think that I don't. I wish there was a way that I can indicate that I have without having to reply because that takes a lot of time. But anyway, if I don't reply, maybe I don't have anything to add or I don't have time to reply, but yes.
We sometimes spend a good like 30 minutes to an hour just swapping shit, like ridiculous comments.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing because there have been plenty of really wholesome, beautiful comments that I've gotten, and I've replied to a lot of them because I have I want to address it because it means a lot. But it naturally, as humans work, we gravitate towards negativity. And so when I get a bad comment, I feel the urge to stop what I'm doing and reply to it. If you look at a video and you see that I'm only responding to like hate comments, it's like, I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that I don't read and appreciate the good comments because I do, but it's like as humans, we see the criticism and we naturally want to respond to it. And so I give in a lot to that kind of stuff. And I hate that I do that, but
I used to spend a lot of time... Like, hate comments especially get to me. Hate comments used to especially get to me because I had very low self-esteem. And especially on your videos where people are like, oh my god, his laugh is annoying. Oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And then you admitted one day that my laugh is one of the best things.
Yeah.
So I started coping with that by, first of all, ignoring it. And then I thought to myself... why don't I have a little fun? So if you look in any of IGP's videos where I'm in them, and there's a hate comment about me, you'll probably find a funny, sarcastic comment or reply from me. So go have a competition and see if you can find any. And it's funny. It gave me an outlet, and it changed things that used to be... it gave things that used to be me hating on myself... to me being excited to find another way to make something funny. You know?
Exactly. Yep. Make the best of it.
Hell yeah. Also, oh my god, so many people talking about my rapping on this excellent video.
It's not rapping, guys. I just made it into rap.
Yeah.
So this is a prime example, and I'm totally calling you out, Paiku. Why did you fire most of the staff and undo a year's worth of progress, almost entirely killing the server? First of all, fuck you.
That was at me as well, by the way. That was directed to me. Because he said, why did Icy ruin his previously sick Discord above that?
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
People think I do things without talking to Indy. We talk about everything. Literally everything.
So I want to elaborate on this. Because first of all, fuck you, Paiku. Second of all, Icy didn't do this. It was me with Icy supporting my decision, okay? Second of all, I didn't fire people. It is not like that because nobody was hired. Okay, this is not a job where the mods were getting paid. The mods had volunteered on their own to be a mod, to moderate. I never required anything from them, and in fact, there have been tons of meetings with them where I insisted that if they do not have to do anything, there is no requirement for them to do anything. Blah 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 blah. Right? They all did that on their own. So firing them just means that they no longer had their role of mod, which literally all of them except for, I'd say one, was fine with everything. And that one person wasn't even a mod that was upset about it.
Yeah. Well, they're all off in their own Discord now anyway, apparently complaining about us. So it doesn't bother me.
And undoing a year's worth of progress, it's like, if you paid attention even a little bit, Paiku, the progress that was being it's going to be a meme, watch.
Yeah.
The progress that was being made in literally the wrong direction that I wanted, and that even Icy can say at this point that we wanted.
I hated it.
We hated it. Icy did an amazing job at establishing, continuing, and maintaining the server as it was, but the direction that it was going was not at all where either of us wanted.
I stopped coming on Discord. We both did.
We both did, because we fucking hated the server.
Because it was so pretentious and so fucking niche.
Yeah.
You don't like something? Well, we're going to shit on you until you leave. Fuck off.
Yeah.
This is our Discord. Only we get to shit on people until they leave.
Exactly. The server didn't reflect at all anywhere close to us as people or the channel itself. It's like, because that's what it mainly is. And I understand there's a certain point where, and I've spoken my piece on this already, but for those who may be not aware, there was a point in time where I became disconnected because I felt like it was Icy's server because he was maintaining it, and I was busy, and it just kind of like spiraled into this thing where it's like, it just seems like it's Icy's server and I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a genuine response to basically how that played out. But when we sat down and we talked about it, I'm like, I want to be a part of it more. So to say almost entirely killing the server I feel is a million times better at this point than it was before. If you're speaking about like activity, it's more active than it was before, at least from what I've seen. There have been times when I was disconnected from it and I would come back and look, and general chat had no messages in it for like 3 hours.
Also,
I don't see that happening anymore.
No drama.
No
the only
fucking
drama we've had in about a month is
you, Paiku.
Paiku, and then one of the old disgruntled people coming back to spam and then getting pissed off because I banned them. Come on. That's the only drama that has happened. And the new team member, not staff, team is awesome. They are hands off. Let shit sort itself out. If something goes wrong, fuck you, we're sorted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I absolutely loved and am thankful for the work that all of the team members have done in the past. Yeah. Even the ones that don't have that mod status anymore. It's not that, I mean, there have been problems and we addressed them personally and in the group when we talked about it, and that's handled. You know, we just don't need that size of a team. It was unnecessary. There was too much drama, and I feel like there was power abusing because there were so many of us.
Yep.
So,
it became, if you're not like us, go away. And that was just bad. Because we weren't like that either. So we went away.
Right.
But yeah, no, I like the new team because the new team doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
And that in and of itself is the best stat for that. But that's and another thing as well, like people are saying the Discord is dying. Yeah. That's what happens to communities that don't have a new influx of members regularly. We don't shout out the Discord because the Discord is just a place for Indy to mainly hang out with his patrons and chill. Obviously, after this is launched, there might be another extra 30 or 40. And our Discord is the chillest place in the fucking world now. People just come in, shoot the shit, post memes, do patron stuff, and move on.
Yeah. And the server dying, like what this is like, it's kind of like when I get those comments on YouTube, it's like, oh, your channel's dying, your channel's dying. I was like, was this a fucking meme? Like who, like you are clearly not in the loop and don't understand how things work.
Yeah, if you post one video about the Discord in like a Subnautica video or something, you get an extra 10k members.
Yeah.
It's a choice. It's a lifestyle that we choose.
Yeah. That man, this is what I'm talking about. Like this comment, fucking Paiku, straight up boils my blood. Like you clearly don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I think it's
tonight. Oh, sorry, I wasn't meant to say that one.
Yeah. Wait, by who? Paiku?
No, by you, because your blood's boiling.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. But yeah, it's shit like that. Like, come on. Yeah, it's almost like I've just fed the troll. Like you're just either incredibly misinformed and are a fucking drama queen, or you're trolling me and you're just trying to get a response on me. Which congratulations, you did. It's very easy to troll people. You're so good in life. Anyway, great time to end the Q&A section.
Hell yeah. Just one more question though from Smonk. How did you come up with the name Indie Game Promoter? He likes indie. Oh. He plays games, and he promoted them.
Yeah, it's literally that simple.
Job done.
It's literally that simple.
So I'm going to close the podcast Q&A channel. That was an interesting one.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll learn from this once this video drops.
Uh-huh. And if you guys have any questions,
it's a fucking meme now. I'm going to make an emote. I haven't even made the other ones.
Yeah, you haven't made the Rule 6 emote yet, dude. Oh, you need to make a Rule 6 emote for your
I'll make a Rule 6 Paiku special edition emote.
Whoa, with rainbows? Hell yeah.
With rainbows.
But yeah, a link in the description for the Discord. Come play, come chill, shoot the shit with us, chat, have fun. Everyone's awesome.
Sure. So again, since this is going to be obviously you're seeing it on a separate channel. The main channel is IGP. That'll be down in the description if you're new to this for some reason, if there's some organic traffic coming here, welcome. You can subscribe. I play some dope ass games, not really. And then IcyCaress, his channel will be down there as well. It's a cool dude. We play together a lot.
Once a month.
Yeah, but it's always good content.
Is it?
Yes, it's very good.
Wow.
Do we have to fucking like belittle each other all the time? Why can't I just take a fucking compliment, you asshole?
Come on.
Anyway, so the channel's linked down in the description. We play together all the time. It's fun stuff. We are going to be doing podcasts just kind of like whenever. I would love to get on a schedule. I just don't know if we can maintain that. And I don't want to make any promises. But if you haven't already, you can subscribe. Turn on notifications. I recommend that because we won't be uploading all that often anyway. So just in case you miss it, it's best. YouTube sucks, and if you don't watch one of our videos for a while, you're not going to see it. So turning on notifications is the best way for this type of channel for you to be able to see it. If you would like to support the channel, which I have never plugged this on the other one, but there should be maybe a join button down below. If there isn't, that's fine. But if there is, you can support. You'll get some special emotes and you'll be recognized in the comments.
We should make a podcast sponsor role specifically for them.
Right. So and I have no idea what we do. Probably play games. This is not the I never addressed it. The IGPodcast is not the indie game podcast. Okay?
No. Oh no. No.
I should have fucking addressed it at the beginning. God damn it. I can do it in editing. It's fine. This is this is one of the only podcasts that'll be edited. Anyway. So yeah, all that stuff is down there. Leave some comments, ideas for potential guests. You can leave questions down below. Maybe some topics if you would like for us to talk about in the next one.
There's a lot.
What else,
like,
dude?
We could talk forever about anything.
For sure.
I guarantee
for sure.
every topic we've spoken about today, one of us or both of us had more that we could say, but we're also aware that this is almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I imagine normal podcasts to be. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
But it's fine. I'd like to say, when you're leaving like comments and questions and stuff, go crazy. You know, don't do flat stuff. Don't say what's your opinion on existence or what is Worlds Adrift or what VR headset you prefer. Put some thought-provoking ones up there that you might not have asked anyone else. You know?
Yeah. No, seriously, because Icy and I will talk about anything. So if you have any good ideas, you know, let us know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that is the inaugural episode of the IG podcast. Thanks for joining, Icy. I have no idea who's going to be on next, but it should be someone. It will be someone. There will be a guest next time.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, people. Again, everything's down below, and we love you all very much. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.